doesn't have anything on him, right? Jewelry.
Who do you think would give you the hardest fight out of anybody on stage?
Right here, the hardest hitting 145 pound, the real hardest hitting 145er right here. This guy TKOs people. When I knock people out, they don't move. They're not. Who the is that guy? Who the is that?
You will show you do it to close the distance. This is not over. If we have to take this outside with him, it's all outside. We don't give a.
Conor McGregor, a name that once stood for glory, power, and global superstardom. But today, it tells a completely different story. Once admired, now disgraced. Once celebrated, now humiliated. His rise was historic, but his fall might be even bigger. You're watching the Celeb Spring, and this is the story of how Conor McGregor lost everything. Conor McGregor, once a symbol of untouchable fame, a fighter who rose from welfare in Dublin to the pinnacle of the UFC, a man who turned press conferences into spectacles, who called his shots and backed them up with devastating knockouts. But lately, the headlines aren't about his victories anymore. They're not about belts, records, or highlight reel moments. They're about scandals, lawsuits, and betrayal. Recently, McGregor was dragged into court and forced to pay over 248,000 euros in damages after losing a civil rape case against a woman named Nikita Hand, someone he'd known for years from his own hometown. The verdict sent shockwaves across Ireland. For many fans, it was the final straw. His reputation, already hanging by a thread, was shattered. His fans and even his own country began turning their backs on him, and the empire he had built outside the cage, one business after another, starting to crumble. This isn't the Conor McGregor the world once idolized. This is something else entirely. The truth is, this collapse didn't come out of nowhere. Conor's downfall has been a slow-motion car crash playing out for years. We've seen the violent outbursts, the assaults, the bar fights, the headlines of chaos. Each time he walked away untouched, as if the rules didn't apply to him. And through it all, there was one thing McGregor never did. He never admitted fault. Not once did he apologize or show even a sliver of regret. But for the first time, the cracks are showing. The bravado doesn't land anymore. The sound bites don't hit the same. The world isn't laughing with him. It's watching in disgust. McGregor's story has become a cautionary tale, a brutal reminder of what happens when money, fame, and power convince someone that they're untouchable. At the height of his fame, Conor decided to cash in on his image. In 2018, he launched Proper Number, 12 Whiskey, and at first, it looked like another stroke of genius. The brand skyrocketed, millions of bottles sold, McGregor's face and bravado were everywhere. But then came the cracks. In 2019, a video surfaced, McGregor in a Dublin pub, sucker punching an elderly man. His crime? The man refused a glass of Proper 12 whiskey. The clip went viral for all the wrong reasons. Suddenly, McGregor wasn't a global icon anymore. He was a bully, a man with too much power, too much ego, and no control. And it didn't stop there. Over and over again, the headlines told the same story. Violent outbursts, reckless behavior, no accountability. He assaulted an Italian musician in Rome. He snatched a fan's phone and smashed it to pieces. He allegedly attacked a woman on a yacht. Even a staged promotional skit spiraled out of control when his recklessness sent an actor to the hospital. The charisma that once won the world over had morphed into chaos, and the carefully crafted public image McGregor had built, it was unraveling faster than anyone could have imagined. Fans who once chanted his name with pride now watched in disbelief. Every new incident felt like confirmation that their hero had truly lost control. The turning point came after the Floyd Mayweather fight. McGregor walked away with hundreds of millions of dollars from a single night in the boxing ring. He never had to fight again, and maybe that's when the hunger disappeared, because after that, he changed. The trilogy with Dustin Poirier in 2021, ending with Conor snapping his leg in horrific fashion. It was symbolic, not just of physical decline, but of everything else unraveling around him. Instead of focusing on recovery, on discipline, on redemption, McGregor transformed in a different way. His body ballooned, ballooned, his muscles swelled unnaturally fast, and whispers of steroids and drugs spread through the MMA community. And then there was the lifestyle. Endless parties, non-stop drinking, nights out that stretched into days. McGregor wasn't sharpening his skills in the gym, he was stumbling through clubs surrounded by chaos. It all started to show. His live streams turned erratic, public appearances grew more bizarre. The razor-sharp trash talk that once electrified fans, slurred, incoherent, embarrassing. His jaw twitched, his speech stumbled, his movements looked jittery. The world was watching a man unravel in real time. For a fighter who built his career on discipline, precision, and mental warfare, this loss of control was more damaging than any knockout could ever be. In August 2023, Anthony Joshua won a huge boxing match, but McGregor couldn't resist stealing the spotlight. He stormed into the post-fight celebration, not to congratulate Joshua, but to bizarrely call out YouTuber turned boxer KSI. The crowd didn't cheer, they cringed. It was desperation on full display. Then in 2024, the spiral hit rock bottom. Conor went live on a stream to call out the reigning UFC champion, but instead of the witty, confident McGregor fans remembered, viewers saw a drunk, slurring mess. He rambled. He lost his train of thought. He looked like a shell of the man he once was. It didn't stop there. He showed up to bare-knuckle fighting events visibly intoxicated, stumbling through interviews. Even on a global stage, a Sports Illustrated interview, McGregor looked incoherent, twitching, lost. Each appearance wasn't just embarrassing. It was another nail in the coffin of his public image. Every clip went viral, not because people admired him, but because they pitied him. Or worse, laughed at him. And maybe the saddest part of all this? Remembering who McGregor used to be. In his early years, he was sharp, articulate, hungry. He inspired millions. Not just fighters, but ordinary people who saw in him the proof that someone from nothing could conquer the world. His words lit fires in arenas. His confidence made believers out of skeptics. But look at him now. The hunger is gone. The discipline is gone. What's left is chaos, desperation, and humiliation. The same man who once carried himself like a king now stumbles like he doesn't even know who he is anymore. From inspiration to pure embarrassment. Through all the chaos, one person remained by his side, Dee Devlin. She was there from the beginning, before the money, before the belts. She supported him when he had nothing, believed in him when no one else did. But as Conor rose, the scandals came crashing down. Allegations of sexual assault in 2018, an arrest in Corsica, another alleged incident at an NBA game. The whispers grew louder, the spotlight harsher, and then 2024, the civil rape case involving Nikita Hand. After years of accusations, this time there was no escape. A jury found McGregor liable, ordering him to pay over 248,000 euros in damages. Outside the courthouse, Nikita gave a raw, emotional statement that shattered whatever image McGregor still clung to. For many, it was the moment his downfall became permanent. And yet, Dee defended him, publicly. Even after the verdict, she stood by his side. For some, it was loyalty. For others, it was denial. Now, proof that McGregor's world is built on illusions, not truth. Her loyalty became as controversial as his actions. To some, it painted a tragic picture of love. To others, it made McGregor's downfall even harder to watch. And when the scandals caught up, the empire began collapsing. Brands that once lined up to be associated with McGregor quietly backed away. Proper Number, 12 Whiskey, once his golden goose, became tangled in legal disputes. His flashy partnership with the Hitman video game franchise vanished. The endorsements worth millions? Gone. The image that once sold anything he touched? Dead. In a rare moment of weakness, McGregor even posted, and quickly deleted, a statement on Twitter, a half-hearted admission of mistakes. But it was far too late, and the lawsuits kept piling up. Artem Lobov, his former friend and teammate, sued for a stake in Proper 12. More cases, more courtrooms, more money down the drain. Piece by piece, the empire he built was crumbling. The man who once declared, "We're not here to take part, we're here to take over," was now watching everything he built slip away. Conor McGregor's story isn't about the rise of a fighter anymore. It's about the fall of a man. He went from being the hero of Ireland, the working class kid who clawed his way to the top, to the villain everyone points to as a warning, once admired for his discipline, charisma, and fighting spirit, now disgraced for his crimes, chaos, and ego. The brands are gone. The respect is gone. The aura is gone. Conor McGregor isn't remembered today as the man who shocked the world with his left hand. He's remembered as the man who threw it all away, from hero to villain, from legend to embarrassment. This is the complete downfall of Conor McGregor, and that's the tragic story of Conor McGregor, a man who rose higher than anyone imagined, only to fall harder than anyone believed possible. What do you think? Is there any chance for redemption, or is this the end of the line for the Notorious? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this deep dive into the rise and fall of Conor McGregor, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and turn on the bell so you never miss another breakdown from the Celeb Spring.